Hi, my name is Nikhil. I play guitar in A War Within, and I'm going to show you what we're using on this tour with Blessthefall right now. For guitars, my primary guitars is PRS, Custom 24 SE. I love PRS guitars. I have an American one back home, but for the road I like this one because it's a little more durable and I'm not worried about throwing it around as much. I have DiMarzio deactivators in it. And then other than that, I'm just going out of my wireless into this. And then for picks, I like to use these Altex Jazz 3 XLs. I used Jazz 3s for a long time, but on stage they're a little too small and I drop them a lot, so the XLs are nice. I'm using 13 to 65 DR strings. The heavy gauge, because we play in A sharp, so the heavy gauge helps me stay in tune. And yeah, I'm loving them so far. I used to play with baritones on this guitar, but the 65s are really nice, and I like them so far. I switched out the stock PRS pickups, which were great for these DiMarzio deactivators. They're a little hotter. They're like about as hot as you can get with a passive pickup before you become an EMG, and I really like them because they give me a little more output, but they're still dynamic enough that if I'm doing clean stuff or lightly gained stuff, it's a little more expressive than an EMG would be. And I don't have to change the batteries, which I like. As a backup, I'm using this LTD. It's the same setup, A sharp, 13 to 65s. It does have the EMGs, and I really like them on this guitar. They really help the tone a lot. And another cool thing about this guitar is that it has a kill switch, which is helpful just to cut the sound real quick. And I do like this guitar because it's a rock. It's always in tune. I never have any problems with it. Yeah, so those are my two main guitars.
Well, I'm Armando, and I play actually scream in the band, but I used to be a guitarist, so a lot of the setup that's right now going on, it used to be mine. So for this guitar, we got a Sterling Music Man JP70 with bare knuckles, the Blackhawks. Pretty much always in tune. I block this has a floating bridge, but I put like a piece of wood, so it would block the whole thing, so it wouldn't become a pain just to change a string on stage if one of them just breaks. This guitar pretty much always stays in tune, does very well. I've only had like a couple issues with the input jack. That's been fixed already. A sharp, the standard 7-string set, I don't know too well about it. The black has a lot of definition, but still like very powerful when it comes to like chugging. And that's it for this one. And then this the other guitar. This is an Ibanez Prestige. I don't quite know the model. This has DiMarzio's. I think it has deactivators, well balanced pickups throughout all the strings. It's not too much output, but it's still not like too passive, I guess. It still has a lot of gain going on. All of them are using Diodario's 7-string set. I believe it's 11 to 65. Yeah, I think that's what it is for all of this.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Spencer Maybe. I'm in A War Within. Me and Armando switch off on bass, so I might as well just show you they're my basses. So this is Fender Jazz.
This one has a Seymour Duncan, the quarter pounders. Probably the best ones.
They come with cheese.
That's true.
And yeah, we put a 5-string set. We just took out the thinnest one, so it always stays tuned for this low tuning.
Most of the damage is not there yet, so we're working on it. But yeah, this thing holds tune pretty good, and I don't know. I used to be a guitar player, so for most bass players, it's not really that heavy of a bass. So, and we'll go to the piece de resistance. It's a May custom bass. He's out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. I think the woods are Babinga, Purple Heart, and what's the third wood? My little sister knows. The best feature right here is this little guy. So when it gets too dark on stage, you just flip that on. The light might not pick it up, but there's little purple LEDs that go up the side. Very useful when you're on a stage where there's lots of lights flashing. You get disoriented, you can't tell where the frets are. So Aguilar single coil pickups. I think they're brand new, maybe just about a year old, like right when I first got it. And it's been handcrafted. Like this guy literally just takes. Oh, here's another good feature. Usually for active pickups, they have a little pack for the battery. This is magnetic, so it doesn't fall out. And I don't know. Again, I used to be a guitar player, so like this is like a way lighter bass. It's a little bit smaller scale, but not by too much. It holds great in tune. It sounds sick as hell. So I love it. One of a kind.
All I'm running for my pedal board is I'm using a carbon copy analog delay for this tour, and then I have my tuner and then my wireless. Everything else I have is in the box in my XFX, but I really like this carbon copy delay, and it's easy to switch on and off, so I'm using that instead of running the delay effect. But that's everything on my pedal board. For the rig, I'm running an XFX Ultra out of my Matrix GT FX 1000 power amp, or GT 1000 FX power amp, and I really like this power amp. I got it for a really great deal. And then in my XFX, I'm using an orange 2x12 cab, so I'm only using the amp simulation. And one of the cool things I'm doing is that I'm running an overdrive pedal. I used to have a tube screamer on my pedal board, but then I started using it in here. I like this one a lot, so I'm using that. And then I'm running it into two different amps, the FAS Modern and then the Solo 100, and I'm kind of blending those two amp tones. From there, I'm just compressing it a little bit and then EQing some of it. And other than that, it's pretty much just straight out of the box. But yeah, I really like the ability to blend two amps for one tone. One of the coolest parts about the XFX is that it's really easy to use and set up, and it's very low hassle. I've been using this unit for like almost 4 years now, and when I was in a dorm room in college, I could track with it and record with it, and now I'm on tour and I can play live with it, and it sounds great. I really like all the different options. So like right now I'm only using one tone, but for our next set, we're gonna have a couple more tones, and I'm gonna be able to switch back and forth between different amps and everything like that. So yeah, I can't talk about how much I love this.
Hi, my name is Angelo Walker. I'm on tour with The War Within, and I drum. This is my DW kit. I own a couple DW kits. They're like one of my favorite series to use. All maple shells. This is a collector series that I picked up recently. Absolutely love it. I put vintage Aquarian 2 heads. I also play with a Remo blackout head. All Zildjian cymbals, mix of K Custom and A Customs. I enjoy the larger size cymbals because they can take more of a beating on tour. I play with a K Custom Dark Crash Ride. This is a 20-inch Dark Ride, K Custom. It just really a lot of durability. When these guys get kind of too tiring, I jump to this guy because he sounds a lot fuller. I use 3 different Chinas. I have a mini splash China underneath, 17-inch.
Do you guys want to move your guitars to the other side too?
18-inch A Custom China. I also use a Sweet Ride, that's A Custom, 21-inch. Great to ride on, and these all evenly sound close to the same, so the tones are very locked in together. They don't really jump around too much. Same thing, 14-inch K Custom hi-hats. I actually use 2 bottom hi-hats. I don't have a top and a bottom. I use 2 bottoms to have a really thick, dark sound because they're more durable and thicker. I use all DW hardware, DW 9000 series. I recently acquired these awesome locking tops by Trick Custom Drum Parts. They're really awesome. You take no time to take your cymbals off and they're locked on. So like it takes half the time to tear down my rig. Sizes of the kit are a 22-inch kick. I have a 12-inch rack tom. I have a 14-inch floor tom and a 16-inch floor tom. I use a pork pie throne. I'm also using currently a trigger on my kit as well, which is the Roland, the TM2. That thing has not failed me once this entire tour. It sounds amazing, very durable, works really great. I use a DD drum trigger. DD drums have always been good to me. They replace pretty much anything when it breaks. They're really cool. Everybody at Zildjian's awesome. Yeah, just that's pretty much the whole rundown of my rig.